Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Teresa
and Kyla,
and welcome back to another episode of Zillennial Talks.
Yes,
so
back.
so no, you're fine. So if you guys haven't watched the first, second, or third episode, please look in the description bar down below. You can find all of our social medias, our Instagram, our TikTok, our Twitter, and all of the sound platforms that you can find us at, so that you guys can catch up on all the episodes that you guys, episodes that you guys missed.
Yes, be sure to check those out, please.
So today's topic is the evolution of friendships. Friendships, to be more specific, okay, guys? Everyone has a friend. You have a friend, I have a friend, we're friends.
We have a friend.
You have a friend, and me. Screaming. Okay, let me get it together.
I have a friend.
But it is an important topic because I feel like a lot of people say this more frequently than not, that once you reach an adult age, that it's hard to make friends, genuinely good ones.
Yes.
Which I think is true too. I mean, I've been blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I've been very, very, very blessed in the friend department. But I do realize that it is hard to find good friends.
Absolutely.
It's not something you stumble across every single day. And there's tests and tribulations that you can face throughout the friendships, right?
Yes. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I can say I'm honestly blessed as well. I feel like I've been through tests and tribulations through most of my friendships, honestly. But like, we've pushed through and we've grown. I mean, I've lost some friends as well. Right. But you know, some people are just in your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And just while they're there, it's important that you do enjoy those friendships that you have. And if they break, they break. But you just continue to grow and evolve. So I've been blessed to have really good friends, like including yourself. Me and Teresa have been friends for 3 years.
Yeah, 3. That's crazy. It's about to be 2 years, or 3 years at the end of this year.
Yeah, so we've been friends. Well, 3 years. And we, in these 3 years, we've had some really
interesting
good times, but we've also had some interesting things that have
95% good.
Yes, 95%.
Which is like all of my friendships, honestly. I'm gonna let you continue, but like when I look at it, majority of my friendships, the majority of the time that I have within those friendships have been amazing. And there's that small percentage that were tried,
right?
But it tested the friendship basically, and it made it grew stronger. In my opinion. Yeah,
and that's what I feel about our friendship. That we've had those tests, but we have overcome and we have grown and we have learned, and we didn't allow that to break us, which is something that I honor and I love about our friendship. And that our friendship is built on like communication and just like honesty and realness, and that we can we've always been ourselves. The thing about me and Teresa is that we are constantly laughing, telling jokes. There's stuff that's probably not even funny,
but we're laughing.
But we're gonna laugh about it, But we understand each other. We can hear something, we can look at something, and we just automatically start laughing because we just know. And I know some of y'all have those friendships too, where y'all don't even have to talk. But all y'all do is look at each other,
and then it's raps.
It's raps.
But the great thing that I also appreciate about Kay is that we can also be serious. We can have real conversations. Like one thing that I always that stood out to me in the beginning of our friendship is that you really genuinely would ask about like welfare, like how you're doing, mental health, and it would be like really intentional to where I knew she wasn't just asking like passing by type of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like she really genuinely cared how I was doing. And I was like, oh, and especially 2020 when COVID was happening, and everybody was losing their minds. I know my depression was
mine was too,
my mental health was
but I feel like when we went through that, we've bypassed that time. When we did connect, we were able, like you said, to have those honest conversations, those serious conversations, and just like everyone deserves to have those kind of relationships. Like I feel like they're so necessary. The relationships where you guys have your highs, but then also you have your lows. But there's that balance between the friendships. And I believe that's what our friendship is and has been for these last 3 years. And I'm just grateful for it.
I'm grateful too. Because it's like 6:30. Anyways, guys, we're back. We took a little intermission, a little water break or whatever. Because we were getting a little emotional. I'm just kidding. We had a little moment.
Be serious
for a second.
But So we were just pretty much just speaking about like, our friendship and how it's grown over the 3 years of us knowing one another. And yeah, I'm like honored. I'm honored to have Teresa as a friend.
I'm honored as well.
And we're just gonna continue to grow and evolve, and yeah.
And now we have a whole podcast together, guys. How crazy,
you know? A whole podcast together.
So no, it's really a blessing, honestly and truly speaking about like just the evolution of friendships and not knowing like how someone can walk into your life and what they mean. You know, I mean. Honestly speaking, though, at the beginning of our friendship, we literally connected because we had podcasts. We have separate podcasts.
This is true.
So it's funny how everything is kind of just going, I think, full circle almost. And now we're working together on this project and just basically allowing God to use us and step into how we can touch and bless others, you know, from what we're doing as young ladies. But I guess the next thing we could talk about is friendship breakups. And if you've experienced that, how that looked like for you. And of course, I'll speak about my experiences as well.
Yeah, friendship breakups. You know, I haven't had a friendship breakup in so long to the point where like, I feel like when I did have those breakups, I was in middle school or like high school.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. That's awesome though.
Yeah, I feel like the people that I left with when I graduated high school, we're still friends till this day. Like very close friends till this day. But like if I did have a friendship breakup in high school, it was over. It was always over a boy.
Yeah, and it's so dumb when you think about it because it's like these boys come and go. But yet we're here. But men, I feel like they've established that like quickly. Like men they'll beef maybe for a little bit over a woman, but like they'll stay friends.
Yeah, of course.
Have you noticed that?
Never, like
it's
to
not
them,
that
it's not that serious.
Never that serious.
But as women, we base everything off our emotions. That's why it becomes so serious.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, and then it's like it brings that friction between one another. Like I literally was in high school and I had friends that, you know, we were like really close, and then next thing you know, they switched, and I'm like, what happened? And it's because so and so said he likes you, and it's like, but I didn't even know so and so liked me until you told me. But how does that have anything to do with me? I never said I liked him back. You know, and that's all I can remember. Like why I had friendship breakups. Like it wasn't a lot, but it was just that was the main reason because I've never liked drama. Like I've never liked it.
I don't think most people do.
In most of the drama that I was in, it's like I don't. Some of it, I'm like, how did I even get in it in the first place?
Yeah, that's true.
Because I do my best to be
stay
genuine, stay out of it,
Girl.
Keep those foundations. I'm always been like I feel like when I was in high school, I've always was a person who wanted to like have friends and be close to people. So when things didn't work out for me, I was just like, what is going on?
Right. I understand.
What is happening right now? You know? So yeah, that's really like the last time I can remember having a friendship breakup.
That's good though, because like recent ones suck.
Yeah.
And mine was pretty recent. Like it was 3 years ago now, which is crazy when I think about like how long ago this person has not been in my life. I'm like, because I thought she was a for lifer. I did. But what happens is you just have, it's kind of like a relationship, right? I was telling Kay off screen that I feel like friendship breakups, like really, really bad ones, can hurt more than romantic relationships. Simply because there's friends that you can have for years and years and years and years and years, and you don't see it coming. And then things happen and it wedges you apart and you just can't look past it. I'm going to speak about my friendship breakup, but I'm not going to get into too many details just because I never want this to get back to this person. I respect this person now, and I hope she's doing amazing. I wish nothing but blessings onto her. And if I would see her today, I would want to have a conversation and just like catch up. Like I have no bad blood with that person. But you know what I'm saying? I stood by the decision that had took place 2020. All right. So to say for me why that friendship ended up breaking up, we had been friends since we were like 12. Goes way back. And this girl taught me so much. That's why it hurt. Like, she taught me a lot about myself. She made me comfortable with, like, being affectionate, which sounds weird. But, like, she was, like, the friend that was, like, the hugger. And at first, I did not like people touching me. I'm like, do not touch me. But this specific friend, she liked to be really, really, like, affectionate. That's just how she was. So I had to get comfortable with that because she was my friend.
Right.
But I ended up liking it because I realized that everyone loves to be touched, to be loved, to be, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that don't like affection, there's a reason why. Now, I'm not going to psychoanalyze everybody, but me personally, I didn't like affection for multiple reasons, but we're not going to get into that. So she taught me that. She also was just so carefree. You know, she brought different sides out of me. Similar to like how a relationship can. Like typically when you get into a romantic relationship, your partner can kind of pull out these cool different sides of you that you have within you, but you're not really expressive of. And they could be the opposite on some you know, some points. And so they're able to kind of bring that out of you, and you can kind of like, you become more of a well-rounded person. And I would say that particular friend of mine, she did that. She pulled out different sides of me. Super fun, super spontaneous. Now, on the other side of all of that, at the time, because I don't know the type of person that she is today, at the time, I believe she was extremely selfish. Extremely selfish in the sense of she would put herself in really bad situations and not care about the outcome. And it means like, because she suffered really badly from mental health did play a part as well. She would find herself, and I mean terrible. When I mean really bad situations, I mean really bad police-worthy type situations. And everybody around her would be terrified, would be scared for her, would be more worried than the person. Okay. This was a constant throughout, you know. It wasn't as bad, but it progressively over time, you know, over the different phases of our lives, I saw it change and change and change and change. The thing that I feel like caused the ultimate rift, or the rifts to really start taking place, is I was changing too. So whereas I was the more passive friend, whereas I kind of just let things slide, whereas I was kind of like the mom in certain situations, even though I was the youngest in certain situations, I got tired of it. I got fed up with it. I was growing up. I was also finding my own voice. And when that happens, that can kind of ruffle feathers, because if you have a strong personality in the friend group that's really like out there and really used to being the person that kind of like runs stuff, so to speak, and then the person that they're used to kind of just taking it decides that they're not going to take it anymore, they don't like it. For sure. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. For sure. And that's kind of what happened to me. So there was so many situations where I felt like she questioned me, or she put me in bad situations, or she made me feel really, really bad and used whatever she had as leverage over my head, and I didn't appreciate that. So I don't know if this is healthy or not. You can let me know. I started keeping tally and kind of just saying, you got so many times to do these things, and then you're done. Like, I'm done with you. And then, so anyways, all of these things happen over the course of the years. I'm just getting whatever. And I think the biggest thing that happened was I ended up graduating school first, and she was still in the university that we went to school with. And she was going through a lot of things. And I was making sure to be there for her, but I was also going through a lot of things myself, right? So you come to this point in the friendships where it's like, I need to prioritize myself. I know you're going through it, but I'm also going through it. Right. So I'm taking a step back to preserve my health. It got nothing to do with you. But she took it personal.
She would take it personal. Okay.
Right? And so she started acting weird. And I'm like, I'm the friend that shows up for you, but you're acting okay, cool. And then the icing on the cake that ultimately kind of ended our friendship was, I felt like she was a little racist. A little race. Back in 2020, there was a lot of racial debates going on. I think back in 2020, there was those riots that were taking place. Yes. Everybody knows that 2020 was a year that needs to be put in the history books. Like, not just the pandemic, but the social climate of what was going on with police brutality was at an all-time high. It was. And so this is when I was really seeing people's true colors, because people had nothing but time. Nothing. They felt, you know, they felt some type of ways. So they were going to social media, and she was one of them. And I was astonished to see what she was reposting, agreeing with, and all of these things. And I'm looking at her like, girl, your best friends are Black. How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? So I confronted her. I remember confronting her about it, and she did not like that. We went back and forth, and then ultimately I said, you know what? God bless you. I'm blocking you on everything. No. And I'm done. And I have not spoken to her since that day. And I feel like that you guys might think, oh, that's a little harsh, but It was a lot of things.
You have, like you say, you were keeping tally of what was going on, and you had your last straw.
I had my final straw.
And that's understandable.
Right.
Like, I feel like sometimes you do have to set your boundaries, set your standards, make sure that you are in a place, because she was putting you in uncomfortable situations. And with you not saying, like, but with you not being that person and like putting yourself in those situations and having someone else put you in those kind of situations.
It was tough.
It does make you question your friendship and where you guys stand. So I don't feel like you were wrong for doing that. I feel like you were protecting yourself, protecting your space.
Yes.
Which you should.
I was.
And like you said, eventually people's true colors do come out. So what did Maya Angelou say? Believe them.
Oh, period. When they show themselves, believe them.
I knew it was dumb, but I didn't want to say it wrong, but it's true. I feel like a lot of times we bypass that because we love that person or because we see that person in different light. But again, people do eventually show their true colors, and it's up to you to pay attention to that or just completely just turn a blind eye to it. It's totally up to you. It's your choice. But I think that with that, you
did what
you did what you could and what was best for you. Would you say that you've ever were the friend that has been jealous or envied a friend in a way, with like, and not just purposely, but like just
not even intentionally,
not even like not intentionally, but
that's a good question, actually.
Have you ever had those experiences with any of your friendships?
To keep it a walk, to keep it 100,
Yes,
1,000 for sure, for sure. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. Cannot tell a lie. And the thing is, I can tell a lie, but I'm not. We ain't gonna do that here. No, honestly speaking, I've even had, it's great. I've had these conversations with my girls.
Yes.
And we've sat there and literally have told each other things that would probably make you cringe. Like, I mean cringe. But we told them, and how do I say it? The areas that I've seen myself, the envy rise up, even the jealousy rise up, is when I compare myself to somebody.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
when I've seen it.
Absolutely.
And I literally, and I'm not a jealous. I don't sit in jealousy. I don't sit in envy. I pray for the best and genuinely say, hear me when I say this for my friends, for anybody that I care for, honestly. But the moments that I'm sitting there feeling some type of way is the moment that I'm comparing myself to my friends, their situation, what they got going on for themselves, whatever it is. And I have to rebuke myself all the time. Yeah. So I've experienced it. And it's funny. Well, I'll let you answer. Have you experienced also that?
Yeah,
as well?
I have.
Okay.
I definitely have. Like, same thing you were saying as well. I've also sat down with my friends and expressed this to them as well. And it was like one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because it's like, you don't know. Like, this is a person that you don't want to lose their friendship, but you do have to let them know how you feel. And it was crazy. I did have a friend who I did express this to, and like when we were talking, in return, she also said that she felt a way towards me and was jealous towards me. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? And it's just like you said, it comes with that comparison. Like, sometimes you don't purposely try to compare yourself to others, but it just happens.
Literally.
And I feel like a lot of people will sit here and say, I've never been jealous of anyone. It's like,
you're lying.
It definitely happens.
You're lying.
The thing is, when that jealousy or that envy does approach or come onto you, you don't allow that to sit and manifest.
Come on.
You don't allow it to just be something that is bigger than what it is. Literally. Like you say, you rebuke it, you cancel it out, you figure out what is the root to it, and you work on it. And if you have those friendships where you want to keep those connections, I believe it's important that you do talk about it and you're honest about it. I mean, because that's what relationships are about anyway. Literally. It's like, literally, it happens.
Transparency does bring freedom, literally, in every facet
really
of life.
does.
And it's like, when you can expose the dark, because that's kind of like dark, but it's like everyone has it. Everyone has these moments where it's like, ugh, I feel ways.
And like you said, it's dark, and which is why a lot of people ignore it, because they feel like, oh, I don't need to talk about that. But it's like, eventually, if you allow that to grow in you, you're gonna have this type of hate towards that friendship. And it's like, people don't want to talk about that because people are like, oh, they find it embarrassing. They feel like, oh, it's going to ruin the friendship. Mm-hmm. I'm grateful that I've had friends who come up to me and they tell me, hey, Kyla, I felt this way towards you. This is why. And we've been able to take the steps in order to make sure, okay, do we need to create some space? Mm-hmm. What is it that I'm doing that, whatever it is, because some people, it's not, it's not like you walk around, you're trying to make people some people do, actually. Some people But do. Me, no.
No, right.
I'm truly myself when it comes to my friendships.
It's funny because I feel like I experienced a different...
Sorry. We're talking about friendships, but
relationships, you can get into that too.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I feel like I experienced a different level of, I guess, pettiness within friendships when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But I didn't experience jealousy until the recent years of my life. Mm-hmm. And I noticed, oh, this is jealousy. This person is like, not to sound any type of way, but hating on me with no good reason. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when you're in those situations, it does kind of make you feel bad because it's like, what did I do? Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm perfect. Mm-hmm. There's things that you do that to agitate people. There's things that rub people the wrong way. But we've talked about this in our previous episodes, and I think that both of us on this couch possess a light that God has given both of us.
Yes.
And it's a quality that just exudes. Like, you see this person,
right? It's that light. You just have it. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people that know there's people in your life who are going to add to you already having it, or they're going to try to take away that light. And I feel like that's where that comes from, because there's certain characteristics that you have about yourself that I have about myself that come naturally, and there's people that will look at that and say, how? And I'm like, I've been blessed with this. Literally. This is just who I am.
And I also talk about I am a person that is comfortable with talking about like what I'm insecure about, my insecurities. Like, I don't have a problem, because everyone has insecurities, but you can still have those insecurities and still be confident and still like know who you are, where you're going, shake off the insecurities and keep walking in your truth. Like, it's honestly speaking. Yeah. So,
and it's kind of hard. I'm sorry. It's kind of hard in this world not to compare yourself due to the fact of everything that you're seeing. Again, like, you're looking at, if you're insecure about your body, well, it's easy to compare yourself to someone you're seeing online that has like a BBL or something like that. Or you're insecure about your face because you're so used to, speaking for women, you're so used to seeing women with full face of makeup, to where at the point where you are natural, you don't feel pretty being naturally you. You know what I mean? So there's so many things out here that kind of
adds to
that, and it just happens. Like, it's not something that you just like, oh yeah, like it just happens. But again, like you said, you have to be able to manage that and work towards that, and like she says, build that confidence even though you may have insecurities.
Literally. And I think, Kay already said it earlier, the way to kind of preserve your friendships when you're going through moments of jealousy is by, telling them. And don't sit in that emotion. Don't allow that jealousy and that envy to push you over. But we've already talked about, like, I guess, people being jealous of you because of a guy. Which is like, even like okay, close friends, for me, like, close friends are in a different category than what do you call it? What do you call those people that you kind of see it here and there? What's it called?
Girl, I just lost my train of thought too.
What are they called? They're not friends necessarily, but they're acquaintances.
Yes.
Acquaintances.
Acquaintances
can be jealous of you and your man's
absolutely.
Too. You know what I'm saying? And or just a guy that's in your life that has interest in you.
Yeah.
Because a guy has interest in you, they're jealous of you. And it's like, there was a point that I reached where I'm just like, be freaking for real. The amount of men that are in this world, and you're mad at me, I'm the type of person where there has been times in the past, all right, I'm not trying to get in trouble, in the very, very past, that myself and a friend would find the same guy attractive. But I'm the type of person, really, typically, and I mean this, and my friends, they could vouch for this. If I see that my friend has genuine interest for a guy, I back off. Not because I couldn't.
It's not even that. It's just that you don't want.
It's the principle.
That,
It's the principle.
Yeah.
I just don't got time for that. Like, literally, you like that? go for it. I don't got time, and I don't want to even. It's not even that I don't have time. I don't even want to. So for the women that sit there, and the men that sit there and they envy their friend because they have a girl or a guy that's in their lives, you're weird. Weirdo behavior. I'm sorry. Very weird. Very, very weird.
It can be, you know, and you know, again, I've experienced that as well. And like when you're younger, you kind of make things bigger than what they are. But as you get older, like she said, like you just learn to just step back and just be like,
literally,
it is what it is. Because my thing is, if someone's gonna be with you, they're gonna be with you. You know what I mean? And it's sad. You should never have to like step back from those things because you never know. But again, if it's for you, it's for you. It will come. You know. But I just think with, especially just, I can only speak about women because I'm a woman. That we literally do too much. We do too much. Like way too much when it comes to a man.
Way too much.
Way too much, you know, and it's never that serious. Never that serious, you know. But I think that since we operate on our feelings and emotions, that's what we allow to get the best of us. And like me also learning to not be a person that just operates based off my feelings. I do see why we can be that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But just the act.
There's just so much like secrecy that has to go into certain things. Yeah, like I've heard this. Not my mom hasn't personally said this, but I've heard a mom, someone that I would consider a mother figure, say like, when you're dating somebody or when you're talking to somebody, don't be quick to expose them to all of your friends. Like, keep that to yourself for a while. Yeah. And the reason why is because you have to kind of protect that seed phase of your relationship, the beginning of it, because that's when all the infiltration can happen. Yep. And it's sad because some people will want the person that you're with simply because you're with them. And you know what's crazy? I used to think that like, oh man, if I don't, like not like that, but I used to be like, now I'm so private to the point where it's like, whoever I'm with, it's like, I'm okay even if you don't meet them until like marriage. That's okay. And it's like not even to be like that, but just because, like you said, it's to protect the relationship. It's to protect your relationship. You're getting to know this person. You don't want somebody to come in and they're just like opinions that don't matter. Yes. Yeah. You know, so go ahead. Yeah, I just think it's best, like when it comes to that, like to keep it private, because people, again, you can have friends that you've known for 20, I've heard stories where people were friends for 20, 30 years, and next thing you know, they flipped and they did something with somebody that it's just... The spouse or something, like treacherous. Exactly. Yeah. And, yeah. Crazy. You know what I was going to say is people will put their opinions or drop seeds to place doubt in you. Like, that's why you have to really pray and have discernment about who's in your circle. Because once they're in your circle, it's like your whole life, things are going to happen. Things are going to transpire. And it's going to be up to you to figure out, like, what information to tell who, when to tell it. And if you have bad seeds, they can almost ruin your life. I remember my mom saying, like, hey, like, you need to be always careful of who you consider a friend. Yes. Because they can lead you to either good or they can lead you to bad. It's really no in between. Yeah, no, that's really no in between. So that's what I would say to you guys, like listening at home, watching, whatever. Be careful of who you have as friends. Pray about it. You know what I'm saying? And just because they've been in your life for X amount of years doesn't mean they're not trying to take away something that they see that you have. And pray about it first, because the thing is, what we do in society is we're so quick to run to people for the answers, like she said, or ask for their opinions, which then causes you to like overthink and be like, oh my God, what if they're right? No, pray about it. Pray that God, also pray that prayer that God shows you what it is that he needs to show you and reveal to you. Because a lot of times, again, other people's opinions can just put this like, it could trick your mind. It could taint your mind, so many ways. And so you want to make sure that you and the person you're with, or the friendships that you have, like,
really are godly based.
Yes, they're aligned. They have to be. They need to progress.
Yes.
Something that I was talking to one of my best friends about the other day was like how her and I have been friends for 10 plus years, and we were talking about the reason, two big reasons why we're still friends now is that one, God, because only God.
No, seriously.
Literally. And two, we've grown alongside.
Yes.
It's not like we have to be on the same page every time. There's friends that I would see that are in a different season that I'm not in. They're doing things that I'm not doing. They're whatever it is. And I let them have it. And I'm still their friend. We're still talking, kicking, or whatever. But I'm just doing my own thing. And then it kind of does this whole thing where it comes back like this, and we're back doing this, growing together. And when you see that, it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. I can agree with that as well. Like you said, I have friends who are married. I have friends who are single. I have friends who have families. I have the whole nine.
Everything.
You know, and I'm proud and happy for all my friends, friendships. They're my sisters.
Literally.
You know, but again, you have those times where you guys are like this. Then when you come back, you're building that tree again, and then you're gonna go back here, and you're gonna build that tree, and within that time of being here, you're gonna develop new friendships as well.
Talents, new everything.
You know, everything, and so it's like when you have those friendships, just honor them. Literally. I used to be the friend that I felt like I needed to talk to. Me and my best friend, we used to talk every day, hang out every single day when we were in college. There was like not a day that went by, and we actually had a breaking point at one point. And like you said, sometimes it's like those friendships hurt more than an actual.
You thought the mic was about to go open there?
No, good. It was like right here.
It was getting closer.
And we went through it when you said that a friendship can feel worse than an actual relationship. Like that breaking point happens, and so we went through that. But
okay,
yeah, girl, I lost the train of thought.
Did you guys come back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going on like 8-9 years now. Okay,
so maybe that was it. But your paths came back.
Yeah, our paths came back. But like, yes, I was saying we used to talk every day. But like we used to believe that we would never go a day without like talking to each other.
I used to have a friend like that too.
Each other.
Yeah.
But like we have grown. Like I could talk to her like every 2 months. I can talk to her, and we've talked and had those conversations where we're like, girl, if I don't even talk to you in 2 years, I want you to know that I love you.
Wow.
I'm still here for you. You can call me anytime. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I mean, eventually you're gonna
life is gonna
you're gonna
have your family, and you're gonna be deep into your careers. Yeah,
exactly.
It's gonna change.
So we've developed that friendship, that sisterhood, and I'm grateful for that. So I mean. Yeah, like just honor those and appreciate those friendships, those sisterhood, that relationship, the brotherhood,
the sisterhood, all of that. Yeah. Last ending note. Because it just popped into my mind.
Go ahead.
Do you believe that the opposite sex can truly just be friends?
Honestly, I have came to a conclusion recently that no. I used to believe that the opposite sex could be just friends. But if you ask me that today, I do not believe that. I think there's always like something
a little bit dormant.
It's
there.
I think there's always something there.
To keep it tasteful.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna keep it cute. I think with the opposite sex, most of the time, there is those rare occasions where there's those platonic guy and girl that grow up with each other, they get married to other people, they stay best friends, their spouses become friends with them. Like it's literally like a family. Beautiful. I love that for you. But the majority of the time, somebody in that friendship, low key, if the opportunity was given, would try it. And I mean try it. So
yeah.
And that's not a friendship. If you have that feeling inside of you that you look at that person and you like, if we could take it romantic, I would. No.
Now I do have I can say I have about 2 or 3 that are completely just platonic.
Bros. Okay.
They're literally my bros.
Yeah.
Went to school with them. They're doing their things. We don't talk all the time. We check in here and there. But it's completely platonic. I said 2 or 3 is probably like a handful.
Yeah.
But like it's completely platonic.
It's not impossible,
it's
but
not.
I think you said something key though. You talk here and there.
Yeah.
I think you have to have boundaries, regardless if you're in a relationship or not. To have opposite sex friendships work, I think that you can't talk to them every day.
Oh no, of course not.
You can't be hanging out every single day because
chemistry's going
to build.
Build.
Feelings are gonna build. Emotions are gonna build, especially if you're both attractive.
Yes.
It's like you're bound to start looking at each other like, wait, hold on. We get along so well. We hang out all the time.
Yeah.
You're single. I'm single.
Yep. And then don't let you be in a relationship and you talking to them about your relationship and they low key just sitting back
giving
like,
you bad advice.
You advice, but it's like that advice like, okay, hurry up. Or
if you ever, I'm here for you.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, y'all, let us know if you guys think the opposite sex can be actual friends platonically, and how do you manage those friendships if you do have them.
Yes, and thank you so much again for tuning in to Zillennial Talks with Kyla and
Teresa.
Be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. We are so glad to have you. Be sure to also watch episode 1, 2, and 3. Thank you for coming.
Bye. Guys.